Hey guys, this is Panji and welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. Now, um, this video actually explains how I survived hell as a whirlwind barb because most players trying to get to meta would ignore their favorite character and just go for the best quote-unquote path to achieving max everything. Somehow I still find myself going towards the Barb, arguably the weakest of the classes since he's mostly or purely physical. Somehow I still survived, so this is a budget or semi-budget barbarian, which means I do not have a low rune whatsoever. Never got a high rune before. Highest I got was Ist, and I got that during a Countess drop, but I never used Ist yet. I'm just going to explain what rune words I use and what lucky drops I got. So, the good thing about this barbarian is that it's also a build that can survive hell, because I'm gonna explain the equipments one by one, right before we go to the skills. So I got lucky with this. This is Gulyami's face, so it's supposed to increase my crushing blow. It's supposed to partner up with the goblin toe. I also got this very lucky, but the problem is I lack dex, so I need to level up a bit more, and then I can equip this again, and another amulet. But ideally that I'm currently using this. It's initially just Greaves, but I leveled it up, and the reason why I got this or why wearing this is because of the resistance plus 10. If I get enough of my natural resistance, I'll not need this anymore. And the reason it's not really ideal for barbarians is because of the vigor skill, which is paladin only. So you can use it for resistance, but eventually you'll need to replace it. So I'm using this Saracen's Chance, but I can also go for, which one is it? This one, Lemahim Oak Curio, which increases both my resistance and my attributes. Very useful if I want to go get extremely powerful weapons. Now, I'm using smoke. The reason I use smoke, aside from Lionheart or something else, the reason why I use smoke is because of the 50 resistance, which is way more valuable than the defense when you go to hell. So you just need any armor with 2 slots and you get smoke. It got me through Nightmare and Hell. So along with the weaken curse built into the armor, because the problem with this game is that defense does not contribute to the enemies dealing less damage towards you, right? It's always a roll wherein they miss you, but not to decrease their damage against you. So you need stuff like decreased damage by that much percent on armor or weapon, or you need curses like this one. So weaken decreases the enemy damage against me by what, 33%? That's big. So smoke is your defense, and you don't need that much. You need just Nef, and Lum is a bit tricky. I usually get occasionally on Nightmare and Daryl, and quite a few on Hell and Hell Countess, right? So Nightmare, Countess, and Andariel with a bit of Countess Hell difficulty, they drop Lum. Not as rare as others. It's a low to mid tier rune. It's not gonna be that rare. It's gonna. I actually have like clones of this. I just sell some of them now. So and I also don't intend to like craft or cube runes all the way to like low maybe, because it's taxing. I'd rather just run. Now, when I posted a video of this previously, I used these swords. I used Honor and I used King's Grace. The reason why I used Honor is because it has most of the things I need for a Whirlwind Barb. I need Lifesteal to replenish my health whenever I come in contact with enemies. I also have Enhanced Damage. Enhanced Damage, like Sean Connery. So Enhanced Damage, and well, that's mostly it. So also the attack rating, it increases. So attack rating, the damage, and the lifesteal. Mediocre at level. It's not like grief level, don't expect it to be that way, but it got the job done. It allowed me to kill both Nightmare Baal and Hell Baal. Although Hell Baal took a long time, but I partnered with King's Grace. It does the same thing. 100% enhanced damage, again attack rating, and again life stolen per hit with a bit of elemental damage, right? Just to kind of chip or nick off some of the physical immunes when you get to hell, but you'll still need a berserk for extreme situations. So that's what I needed. Enhanced damage, damages, got some attack ratings, 7% life stolen per hit for both weapons. So I do replenish a bit of health whenever I attack. Also, the 100% damage to demons, that's also important because that's percent increased damage to demons. Because most of your enemies are demons, especially the bosses, so they are helpful. They don't show up in your stats, but they do show up when you're fighting them. You'll see the difference. So we'll go to the gloves. I used to have like the normal unique gauntlet. I can't remember the name, but any glove would be helpful. I just got lucky that I got this. It turns out this glove is way more powerful than I assumed it to be, because I wasn't finding this glove. It just dropped for me. I got extremely lucky, so it's nice to know that this glove does not contribute to the increased attack speed. Whirlwind only depends on your weapon attack speed, not any other equipment attack speed. But the 350% increased damage to demons, that can massacre your bosses. I can't believe it was so useful in killing Baal and other bosses, Mephisto and Diablo. It just burns as a Whirlwind Barb. Of course, you need stronger weapons than those two Executioner swords, but it gets the job done. So I think this is one of the best, if not the best, for me. It's amazing. So I also got lucky with this. Carrion Wind. Technically, people get Bulkathos' wedding band over any other ring accompanied with Raven Frost. But the thing with Carrion Wind is the life stolen per hit, the 9% life stolen per hit, way more than the other rings. So I got this. So if you notice, I don't have mana stolen per hit. It's just the other ring. It's this one. It's because my HP is around 2,200 plus. My mana goes around maybe 200 to 300. You don't need that much mana to steal because it's just a low mana. And I also have a way to replenish mana outside my character, which I'm going to show in a while. My belt, I used to use the gold wrap. And then I had a plated belt that's unique. Any belt is okay. The reason I chose this, which is, it's a nice chance. This is a set with this. So what made these two great is that while the other one increases damage to demons, This one increases my resistance, along with that attributes that are important to a Barb, which is Strength and Dex. So I got this. I don't think I'll change this anytime soon. I think I'm gonna stick to these forever. This boot, though, I already explained. Rather go for the Goblin. So, you know, but if you need to increase your resistance, this one has increased poison resistance. This got me through Nightmare and a big part of Hell, Venom Grip, and this one also got me through Nightmare and Hell. So they both get fire resistance and poison resistance. I got my lightning resistance somewhere else back then. I used to use a full Sigan suit, full Sigan set, and the helmet provided lightning resistance if I remember correctly. And then I just had to boost up my cold resistance somewhere else. So that was my budget build. So those are my boots and my accessories. So the alternative to the helmet, surprisingly enough, this helmet from the Immortal King's Will, if you get enough magic fine for Nightmare and Dariel, that Nightmare and Dariel, not Hell, Nightmare and Dariel can drop this. It already dropped for me twice, but of course it'll take time. Not that much time. I already got 2 by the time to release, and I did a lot of Nightmare and Dariel runs, so this is actually useful. It got me through the better part of Nightmare. And for the rest of the part, when I didn't have Gulyami's face and the Mortal King's Will, I used this. Radiance and there's another one, Lore. Radiance and Lore function almost the same, except that Lore has +1 to all skills. The reason I keep the 3-slot or 3-socket helmet is because if in the future I do progress to farming high rune sufficiently, I may convert this to maybe Dream Rune Ward. Not Delirium, Dream. Again, when it comes to rune words, you don't need the best or hell or elite or exceptional levels of equipment. You only need the slots. Like I used to put this in an assault helmet, right? The only thing you need to worry, I guess, would be the type of weapon you use. So when I killed Nightmare Baal and Hell Baal, I used these weapons. Then I converted them to Balrog blades. So to increase my damage, because I don't have enough elite weapons yet, I used Oath. Oath increases my damage. How much? 200+%, right? With additional percent damage to demons. Very useful. It also increases my attack speed for a weapon that's not normally fast, right? The good thing about this too is the Heart of the Wolverine. So when I added my Mercenary's Might aura with the Heart of the Wolverine, it jumped my Oath weapon from max damage of maybe around 1,112, then it went to 1,5, then it went to 2,000 plus for just Oath as a one-handed weapon. Then you can add on this, it's also King's Grace, but you can also put in an alternative rune word, which I'll show later, which is one of the most important rune word I have ever used as a Whirlwind Barbarian, which is underlooked and given bad press or bad reputation by meta builders, because it really is useless compared to Grief. It's not useless. Well, Grief is truly a damage weapon, right? Grief or Breath of the Dying. Add that with Fortitude. So Lawbringer is relatively not that quote-unquote much of a damage. They suggest to put it on your Barbarian Merc or just an offhand and then just replace it after. But I think Lawbringer will be my main offhand. Can I say that? It's gonna be my permanent offhand. So anyway, so I'll go into the Lawbringer itself. Why it's the most important weapon for a whirlwind barb for me. I think it's more important than having grief as a target. Like you can you can have grief or Breath of the Dying as your objective, but you do need Lawbringer, and I'm telling you why it's I don't know why people shun this weapon. It's an amazing weapon for a barbarian. So eventually I got through hell, and then I farmed pit and whatever, right? I crawled my way towards farming level 85 areas, but when I got the face blades, I got the 5 slot, again lucky. I also put honor, which increases my damage, which is okay for a phase blade because it is a helicopter, right? It's very fast. It's the fastest weapon in the game in terms of base speed. So honor, I'll replace it with grief once I get the low room. So that's why I keep the 5 slot. The Lawbringer though is I think in my opinion, the GOAT, the greatest of all for a whirlwind barbarian to survive. I'll tell you why this is one of the best for me. And I don't know why people shun it. What makes Lawbringer amazing for whirlwind barbarian is its extreme survivability boost. What are the weaknesses of a whirlwind barbarian? You have stone skin or physical immune. You have the wraiths, which are the ghosts in Act 1 and the specters in Arcane Sanctuary. What else do you have? You also have, yeah, mostly those. I think I'm forgetting one more. What is it? The physical immune, and if magic resistance, right? Sometimes berserk can not work against certain enemies if you combine stone skin and magic resistance on a super unique or a boss. So it's a disadvantage. What makes Lawbringer amazing is that I wanted to farm Countess Hill. Can't do it efficiently enough because of the ghosts that drain mana and just kill me when there are a lot of them. So what I did was, Lawbringer seems interesting. I'll try it, and it was amazing. I initially put it on my Colossus blade. Sorry, not my Colossus blade. My Executioner sword and my Balrog blade, and they serve the same purpose. To eliminate the problem of stone skin, one of the good things about this Lawbringer is that it adds flat elemental damage, 210 fire damage and 180 cold damage, right? If one's a fire immune, some can be cold immune, it can switch in between, and you still have the physical damage from your honor and a bit of Lawbringer. So not a lot of monsters can escape this. The Lawbringer is your anti-resistance weapon. So that resolves your stone skin if you don't want to use your berserk anymore. And it kills fast, just as fast as a physical. The other problem is the other problem would be the wraith like enemies, like the ghost, the specter, right? Because in hell difficulty, they are completely physical immune. You cannot damage them with pure physical damage. So what Lawbringer does is the Sanctuary Aura. The Sanctuary Aura catches all the undead in one place. Like it's the map wide. Everyone caught in the map wide aura not only gets pushed back, but they also have their resistance stripped. They are physically vulnerable, as if they were just or closely that to a normal enemy. And those natural physical resistance from the base enemies like the Wraith, the Ghost Specters, not a problem anymore. No enemy now stands against the Whirlwind's damages, right? It also allows the life stolen per hit. so I can also drain along with the honor. And when I get grief, hopefully, it'll also boost the damage from the grief to steal more life. Also nice to have slain monsters rest in peace, which is nice, because you have your dark shamans or your Horadrim ancients. Yeah, they resurrect. Keeps them from resurrecting. Not a good thing to bring with a necromancer, but this is an offline solo, so don't have a problem there. So yes, it doesn't need to be a phase blade. It just needs to have the 5 and the 3 slots. So I do recommend getting Lawbringer. I guess the trickiest here to get will be the Lem and Co. They do drop from Nightmare a bit, but not that much. So I just took my time until I got them, put them in there. That's it. I got through. So I'm gonna show you another suit that got me through Nightmare in Hell is this one, Skin of the Viper Magi, which increases all resistance and skills. So this is also your Nightmare to Hell friend. It'll get you through until you get a better armor. I used to do maces, and I'm reserving these. Anyway, so as you can see, I already filled my Lem. My Lum. What was it? No, sorry, my Lem. I used to have a lot of Lem. I have 2, so it's not gonna be that problematic. So Lem, don't worry, you will get some. You will get some, because I also have a lot. Some Co here. I already used some Co too, so don't worry, you'll get there. Got some Mals. Like I said, I got everything. I used up the pulse, sorry, but I got everything except anything beyond Ist. So high runes are still far away from me. I keep my hell runes because I do need them to de-socket my weapons, right? So those are my stuff. These are just extras, So I'm gonna show you before we finish. I'm gonna show you what advantage the Lawbringer does. So for those Whirlwind Barbarians who want to get through Countess Hell without any problems, this is the effect of the Lawbringer. Hold on. Again, the only concern you need in terms of normal, exceptional, or elite are the weapons, but the rest you can do normal, budget things. So I don't have problems that much anymore on Act 1, 2, maybe 3. I slow down a bit 4 and I need to think a bit through 5. Look. The ghosts are dying just the same as the others because of what Lawbringer brings. I'm not sure if we're gonna experience any stone skin enemies here. I doubt it. We might not get that much luck. What are you? Can't see them using the controller. Oh, stone skin. See, they do. Lawbringer does the same amount of damage as to that of a normal unique, super unique, or boss. So as you can see, I just simply used Whirlwind to kill the stone skin. I didn't need to use the Berserk, so that's for emergency. You use the Berserk when you have no other option left, like there's magic resistance, stone resistant, so they may not take damage from you, but at least you can try, right? So yeah, that's my budget to semi-budget barbarian without using any high runes like lows. So you can work your way up. Don't worry, you're gonna get there. So just goes to show you don't need high runes to get to Baal. It's not gonna be like efficient Baal runs where you just go and go and go. You don't, like for Enigma, you just teleport and teleport. At least with this, at least you can assure yourself, if you're just trying to finish Hell, you can do with the minimum. Like if you just want to finish the game, you can do with these and still survive. I have another video that shows the even way more budget build to get to Baal Hell. Okay, before I forget again, so the reason why I use the Act 2 Mercenary is so I can counter the mana burn enemies when you go to hell, because the mana burns, they just drain your mana from 200 or 300 or maybe even 400 straight to zero in just a millisecond. So what I did to counter that and to make my whirlwind extremely viable, really viable, was to put insight on my mercenary. So insight has the meditation aura. That's the smoke that comes out of my barb when you see him. So this allows me to recover in just maybe 1 or 2 seconds. If I stay away from an enemy, my mana will be enough to cast a whirlwind, and then I can just regain my mana that way from mana stolen per hit from my ring, which is this one, and then I restart the cycle. So if I get unlucky enough to experience mana burn enemies, I simply just move a step back, wait a second, and then I go back again. So this is the way for me to beat mana burn. For my mercenary, I just used Lionheart and Tel'Ras's Horadric Crest. I got lucky with this one. So you can use anything. I used to use the Nightmare Cask, the one with 5% mana and life stolen per hit. You can also use that, but Cask, C-A-S-Q-U-E. So it's a unique cask that provides that. So you can use that too. It's not that rare. It commonly drops within Dariel. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this helps. Alright, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hope you follow me on Twitch. So I'll see you guys again soon, and I hope you finish hell. Maybe, hopefully faster than I can. So I'll see you guys again soon.